Good day, fight fans, and welcome back to Pressure Point.
Keep his fingers close, the ref said. And he's nearly put me in the eye before. Feels like the back of my eyeballs hurt.
Only Tom knows what happened. You know, could he see, couldn't he see, could he continue? Only he knows that.
Jon Jones just aimed at Tom Aspinall.
Jon Jones just dropped a blazing post aimed straight at Tom Aspinall, and it shook the entire MMA world. Fans are buzzing, wondering if this sudden jab means Bones is finally gearing up for his long-awaited comeback to the octagon. The heavyweight division hasn't felt this tense in ages. Before his UFC 321 clash with Gane, reporters asked Aspinall if he thought Jon Jones would be tuning in to watch.
Oh, I couldn't care less, to be honest. Honestly, he's the last person on my mind this week.
Did that bother you at all, having to deal with that? Because you didn't do anything wrong. You obviously wanted that fight.
I just wanted to fight.
Right.
Didn't matter if it was him or somebody else. The issue was that I just wasn't fighting and I wanted to. I was healthy. So I'm aware, me, just like anybody else, we've all got a sell-by date in this sport. We can all only do it for so long. I've had a relative amount of fights now. This is going to be my 10th or 11th UFC fight, I think. So I'm not going to do this forever. So I just wanted to fight while I still can.
But Tom kept it cool, almost dismissive, saying Jones was the last person on his mind. He made it clear that his focus was on staying active, enjoying the grind, and squeezing every drop out of his fighting years while he still can. It was confidence mixed with calm, but everyone could feel the quiet tension behind those words. Then came the twist. The fight's controversial ending left fans divided, arguing online whether Aspinall could have kept going after that sudden injury.
Just like, you know, I can't make people fight, right? If I want to put together a fight, I can't make people fight. And you definitely can't make somebody continue if they feel they've been injured. Only Tom knows what happened. You know, could he see, couldn't he see, could he continue? Only he knows that.
Some claimed it looked worse than it was, while others said stepping back was the only smart move. Reporters quickly turned to Dana White for answers, pressing him for clarity. But Dana played it safe. He said fighter safety will always come first, and no one can be forced to step inside that cage if they believe they're hurt, no matter how big the moment. Drama's brewing in the heavyweight ranks, and this little exchange might just be the spark that lights a full-on war. After Dana White gave his thoughts on the fight, the MMA guru zeroed in on the real controversy.
Anything about the eye poke here, you know, it's tough. The eye poke was brutal. That looked like a disgusting eye poke that we saw there on Tom Aspinall. I'm not surprised. Anything along those lines would be good. When asked what your thoughts on the eye poke stopping the fight were.
He looked damn good tonight.
Yeah, Gane looked damn good. And then we just move on.
That brutal eye poke that brought everything to a sudden halt. He didn't hold back, saying the poke looked really bad, and clearly threw Tom Aspinall off his game. Fans and fighters instantly split into camps online, some saying the fight should have continued, others claiming there was no way Aspinall could safely go on. It became the hot topic across MMA forums, with endless debates about fairness, intent, and whether the result should even count. But the guru didn't stop there. He turned his attention to Gane's performance, and gave credit where it was due. He said Gane looked strong, calm, and in control for most of the fight.
It's like, feels like my eye, someone's touched the back of my eyeball.
Can you see it, Google?
Not really. I can't have it.
Can you read what it says on the doors there?
No. So say you've got your eye socket like that, and the eyeball sits in it there, like that. Yeah. Felt like his finger hit the back of the eye socket when he pushed it in. I just couldn't see.
Oh, it will go after 2 minutes. That's the way with me.
Yeah, it just puts everything into perspective. Like when we're going in, I can't see. Oh, it's a dangerous sport, man.
You were saying it's scarier than what
It's way scarier than what I did to my knee, because you know that the knee's just going to be all right, whereas your eye, still don't know how it's going to be.
Proving once again that his technique and composure under pressure are elite level. Even though the match ended on a controversial note, Gane's dominance didn't go unnoticed. He handled every moment like a pro, showing he's not just talented, but dangerously consistent. The guru also made it clear that comparisons to Jon Jones didn't make sense in this context. He reminded everyone that this wasn't about legacy. It was about Gane's ability to rise in chaos and still deliver, and despite the awkward, anticlimactic ending, both fighters displayed world-class skill and heart in that cage. That eye poke might have ended the bout, but it lit up a whole new storm in the MMA world. He made it clear that the eye poke doesn't erase how well both fighters performed. The MMA guru added that this kind of incident could easily set up a rematch or force some big adjustments in the future. Fans are already buzzing online, wondering what's next for the heavyweight division.
Get poked in the eye. At first when I saw it, it didn't look that bad. Then they zoomed in real close up, both eyes. He got fingered. 2 in the eyes. One of his fingers even went in his mouth. Oh, like, it was deep. Ciryl Gane was looking so good in that first round. Tom Aspinall's nose was bleeding. Ciryl was landing with that jab. I got a heavyweight. You go in there, and a lot of the times a heavyweight, you see guys not really engage too much because it takes one punch, especially from 2 big punches like that. And Tom was kind of pushed, like coming forward. Ciryl was landing beautiful jabs, circling all around. He won that round. Both those guys, for being heavyweight, can move so well on their feet. God, that was going to be such a sweet fight. And I thought Tom was going to go out there and kind of run through Ciryl.
And how both Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane will handle their next shot in the cage. The tension's thick, and everyone's waiting to see who makes the first move. After that wild and emotional showdown between Aspinall and Gane, Dana White stepped in with his take on how things unfolded. He said plenty of fans underestimated Gane because of his past loss to Jon Jones. But this time, Gane came in sharp, ready, and fully focused. Dana admitted he was impressed by how Gane handled himself and how quickly the fight turned chaotic after the eye poke. What really grabbed attention, though, was Dana's hint that this messy ending might have made a rematch even bigger. He said the unfinished business between these two could turn into one of the most talked about rivalries in the division. It's got drama, skill, and controversy. Everything fight fans live for.
That was going to be a very interesting fight. I mean, I guess running it back makes sense. Post-fight reaction from Tom Aspinall. What the fuck you booing? I'm the one that got poked in the eye. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm not the one that poked him. I get it, you're frustrated. I don't think the fans weren't booing at Tom for not continuing. I don't think the fans are booing because, you know, it sucks. It's the main event, you want to see a fight. But every time like a first reaction happens, a nut shot, an eye poke, you don't think it's, all right, it's gonna get stopped. And when it does, it sucks. Oh God, I remember when the Pedro fight got stopped. It was in the second round, and I was feeling like I was just getting started. And you just see those guys heartbreak in there, just not being able to compete and do what they love to do. They put all this work in.
Speaking from the hospital after the fight, Tom Aspinall gave a raw and emotional update about the brutal eye poke that ended everything. He didn't sugarcoat a thing, describing the pain as instant and deep. Tom said his opponent's fingers went so far into his eye that it felt like someone was pressing straight on the back of his eyeball. Even though the referee had warned about the open hands earlier, it still happened in a flash, and there was no way to avoid it.
I don't know whether he's going to be able to fight again this year. Hopefully he can. And I also feel devastated for Ciryl Gane. He spent 3 months out here in Dubai, just across the way, away from his family, away from his kids, preparing for this fight. And with all due respect to Tom, Ciryl Gane looked phenomenal. One of the best opening rounds of Ciryl Gane's career, in the biggest moments of his career. I thought he looked great. Everything he did in there, his distance control was really good, his footwork was good. You know, that first round was pretty much in the bag for Ciryl Gane. And it was just getting started. That's the most annoying thing. It was just bleeding getting started.
Tom explained that the moment it happened, his vision blurred completely, and a wave of sharp pain shot through his head. He compared it to the sting of a major injury, saying, "It felt like a knife behind my eye." The crowd saw confusion, but behind that look, there was real pain and fear. He went on to say it hit the back of his eye socket, making it nearly impossible to see anything clearly. The pressure and dizziness left him disoriented, and for a fighter, that's pure nightmare fuel. Tom even said it felt worse than a knee injury, and coming from someone who's fought through torn ligaments before, that says everything. The moment wasn't just painful, it was terrifying. Even through all the pain and the uncertainty about how long recovery might take, Tom Aspinall refused to let it break his spirit. He stayed calm, focused, and determined.
It's unfortunate because I like Tom. I think he's a great fighter. Now, Tom himself has been asked many times, are you better than Jon Jones? There's one interview in particular where he says, no, I'm not better than Jon at anything in MMA, but I'm younger, I'm bigger, I'm athletic, I'm faster than most every heavyweight, and I hit hard. So I think I'm a bad matchup for Jon. And I believe that convinced the entire world that Jon Jones doesn't have a chance against Tom Aspinall. Now looking at it, I don't think you can go into a fight with a guy like Jon Jones and base it off of pure athleticism, because guess what? Jon's pretty athletic himself.
Check it. I mean, rest in peace to his brother, but like Jon Jones' whole family.
He's the least athletic he's the least athletic Jones brother,
right? Yeah,
which is insane. But what we saw him do to Cyril Gane was insane. It looked like Cyril didn't belong. Cyril belonged in the cage with Tom Aspinall, and that's why I think it's important that they...
Making it clear that he's not done with fighting anytime soon. His mindset showed the heart of a real warrior who's ready to push through anything to keep his career alive. Meanwhile, Sugar Sean O'Malley jumped in to break down the moment that shocked everyone. That nasty eye poke that ended the fight. At first glance, it didn't look too bad on television. But when the close-up replays rolled, the truth hit hard. You could actually see Tom getting poked in both eyes, with one finger going alarmingly deep. The slow motion clips made fans gasp. It was that bad. Sean didn't ignore Cyril Gane's performance either. He gave Gane full credit for his strong first round, praising his sharp jabs, smooth footwork, and total control of distance. Both heavyweights looked in top form, moving with power and confidence, setting up what was shaping up to be a classic war before that painful stop. Then Sean talked about what happened after. He explained that Tom was clearly frustrated, not just by the pain, but by the fact that the fight ended that way. He couldn't control it, and every fighter knows that kind of accident cuts deep. Fans weren't angry with Tom. They understood how dangerous eye pokes can be. Sean said, it's heartbreaking to see fights end like that, especially in a high-stakes main event. He even compared it to his own experiences, saying fighters live for the battle. And when it ends in an accident, it doesn't just hurt your eye, it hurts your soul. Nick Pete jumped in with his take on the wild, chaotic fight, and he didn't hold back. He said the only real positive from that messy ending is that the UFC doesn't have to rush into finding Tom Aspinall's next opponent right away. The division might be in limbo, but that pause could set up something way bigger down the line. Nick made it clear that all eyes should now be on a rematch between Cyril Gane and Tom Aspinall. He said that's the fight fans need to see, especially after how everything went down. But beyond the hype, Nick showed real concern for Tom, pointing out that he had to be rushed to the hospital with that eye still in bad shape. You could hear the empathy in his words. This wasn't just about a fight, it was about a man dealing with serious pain. Then Nick turned his attention to Gane's performance, and he had nothing but praise. He said Gane looked phenomenal, calm under pressure, sharp with his timing, and totally locked in from the opening bell. Even though the fight ended way too early, Nick highlighted how Gane controlled the distance perfectly, moved like a technician, and delivered one of the best opening rounds of his entire career. The chaos might have stolen the spotlight, but Nick reminded everyone, underneath that mess, Gane's skill and composure were crystal clear. The fight was just heating up when fate hit pause. As the MMA world kept buzzing over Tom Aspinall's shocking eye injury, things took a sharp turn. Sympathy quickly flipped into straight-up mockery. Within hours, social media exploded with memes, jokes, and hot takes flooding every platform. What started as concern turned into chaos, and nobody was safe from the internet's ruthless humor. And of course, Jon Jones couldn't resist jumping into the spotlight. Known for his perfectly timed provocations, Jones made his move in the most classic way possible. He swapped his profile picture for one of himself rocking an eye patch. The message was loud and clear, pure trolling at its finest. Fans lost it online, arguing whether Jones was being petty, funny, or just stirring the pot like only he can. But the conversation didn't stop there. Suddenly, the talk shifted toward one burning question. How would Tom Aspinall actually stack up against a legend like Jon Jones? Analysts and fighters started debating hard. Could Tom's size, speed, and athletic power really give him an edge? Or would Jones' fight IQ and experience make the difference? Nick Barnhill jumped in with his analysis. Breaking down Tom's strength in detail, he praised Aspinall's explosive movement and precision, but reminded everyone that stepping into the cage with Jon Jones is a different level of challenge. It's not just about being athletic. It's about mental warfare, adaptability, and surviving against one of the most unpredictable fighters in MMA history. The debate caught fire, and fans everywhere started dreaming about what that matchup might look like. It's a shame how fast things spun out, but the buzz after UFC 321 just wouldn't slow down. The talk around potential matchups went into overdrive. Fans, fighters, and analysts all throwing out wild predictions about who could be the next to step up against Jon Jones. Every MMA forum was lit, and the speculation got louder by the minute. Among the many names being tossed around, one started standing out: Alex Pereira. The double champ wasted no time showing both respect and intent. In a calm but confident call-out, Alex made it clear he'd love to test himself against Jon Jones. And that instantly set the internet on fire. Jon, never one to shy away from a challenge, fired right back on social media, and his response couldn't have been more vintage Jones. He tweeted directly at Alex, saying, "Alex, I'd be down to bring the highest skill level to the White House. I appreciate the respect you showed. Let's dance." That one line sent fans into a frenzy. Was it playful? Was it a hint? Either way, it felt like a teaser for something epic. Now the heavyweight division is shaking with excitement. Everyone's debating, could we really see Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira? And where would that leave Tom Aspinall? The possibilities are wild, and the entire MMA scene is buzzing like it hasn't in years. MMA Guru broke down why the hype around these matchups feels so electric right now. He said the real intrigue isn't just about who's the best, it's about who's willing to face who. According to him, Alex Pereira's focus on only wanting to fight Jon Jones, while sidestepping other dangerous heavyweights like Tom Aspinall, is what's creating all this extra tension in the division. It's not fear, it's strategy, and it's making every potential matchup feel 10 times more dramatic. Guru explained that this kind of selective targeting builds suspense and gets fans emotionally hooked. Everyone wants to know if Pereira's laser focus on Jones is confidence or calculation, and that mystery is fueling non-stop debate online. Then came Stephan Barnhill Jr., who threw even more fuel on the fire. He talked about how massive a Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira fight could be, saying the UFC might even tweak divisions or belts to make it happen. He mentioned that whether it's at heavyweight or some new crossover class, this showdown could finally answer the ultimate question: who's the real GOAT? Both fighters have insane, resume cheese. Both have legacies, built on dominance, and putting them in the same cage would be nothing short of history in the making. The hype isn't just fantasy, it's becoming a movement. Barnhill didn't stop there. He went all in on the idea that the UFC should create a special GOAT belt just for Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira, he said. This fight isn't just another main event. It's a legacy war, something that could define an entire era of MMA. Barnhill explained that Alex has already taken down multiple champions across divisions, proving he's not just talented, but one of the greatest to ever do it. A matchup like this, he said, deserves something bigger than a standard title. It deserves its own crown. At the same time, fighters like Tom Aspinall and Gane are still locked in their own battles, focused on climbing higher in the heavyweight scene. But if the timing lines up perfectly, the UFC could pull off something massive, maybe even a double headliner featuring both storylines in one mega event. Fans are already dreaming about it. Jones versus Pereira for the mythical GOAT belt, while Aspinall and Gane settle their unfinished business on the same card. It would be the kind of night that shakes the fight world. Pure history in motion. The heavyweight division is absolutely on fire right now. Jon Jones just threw a fiery social media jab straight at Tom Aspinall, and it's got the whole MMA world spinning with excitement. That one post didn't just stir the pot, it reignited all the talk about Jones' long-awaited comeback, and sent shockwaves through the division. Now, with rumors flying and dream matchups being discussed everywhere, the spotlight's burning hotter than ever. Jones versus Aspinall, Jones versus Pereira. The possibilities sound unreal, and fans are demanding answers fast. The UFC suddenly finds itself under massive pressure to move quickly, trying to balance fan hype, fighter recovery, and the perfect timing for what could be one of the biggest heavyweight shakeups in years. Every fighter's next move feels critical, and every tweet adds more fuel to the fire. The division isn't just competitive, it's boiling over with drama and anticipation. With the IPO controversy still fresh, the rematch rumors heating up, and talks of a GOAT-level showdown taking over social media, the stakes in the heavyweight division have never been higher. Tom Aspinall's road to recovery and Gane's elite performances are setting the stage for some seriously explosive future fights. Every comeback, every matchup, and every tweet feels like it could shift the entire balance of the UFC. And let's not forget Jon Jones, the man whose name alone can flip the MMA world upside down. His potential return, paired with the wild idea of a special GOAT belt, has fans losing their minds. The division's energy is chaotic, unpredictable, and absolutely magnetic. No one knows what's coming next, but everyone's watching. So here's the real question. What happens first? Does Jon Jones finally step back into the cage to face Alex Pereira in a history-making clash? Or do we get the long-awaited rematch between Tom Aspinall and Gane taking center stage? Drop your predictions in the comments and let us know who you think is about to own the heavyweight division next. And that is all from Pressure Point today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment, letting us know which story stood out to you most. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.